Hey guys, CP3 again. And today I'm just going to show you how I was able to call the parabola in gold. Last week I made a video showing how I was able to show the project and call the parabola in silver. And today we're going to do gold. So as you can see, we've been in a long-term gold bull market for many different reasons. Needless to say, gold is sensitive to collapses in confidence in the government, and gold is especially sensitive to war. PM salesmen will often sell people the same exact story that they have been for years, which is buy metals because the dollar is losing value. But that is not the hedge that gold provides. It is a hedge against government. It is a hedge against war, and the war cycle has begun to pick up. And it is especially has begun to heat up, and so gold has been very sensitive to that. So I drew a long-term fib extension, and then what I did was I have a more micro fib extension for the current cycle within the larger secular bull market that gold is in for targets and areas of support. So back here we have a major retest of support. This had become the 1600 area had become major support for gold once it was flipped. And so on this final test, that's where I entered. And to get leverage in IRAs that I manage and so forth, I bought UGL, which is the 2x leveraged gold ETF. Obviously, personally, I just buy physical metals. I prefer to save in gold and silver as opposed to cash, although cash is good to have. So profits that I make in trades or crypto trades, I'll just dump into gold and silver bullion. I think that's a smart thing to do. Just long term, and especially since it's a way to preserve wealth from one systemic change to the next. So what I did was I drew for this cycle that gold is currently in, this bull market within the larger secular 20, 30, 40-year bull market. To draw a trend-based fib extension, you take point A and at the swing low, and then the point B is the next swing high, and then of course the end point is the following swing low, and then that gives you this fib extension. So this is where I went in right here at this fib. Once this fib was finally retested and we got a fake out below, I knew that gold would reverse there because it was time. And then clients of mine wanted additional places to add because they missed this. So I drew an add zone here. I drew a final add zone here. And of course, both of these add zones ended up being perfect. Once gold sort of exited this range, it was basically just a straight shot from there. And I drew 4 targets into this year to Q1 2026. And as you can see, each target was hit perfectly. We just had a major blow off, and gold pulled back sharply and hit this zone of support and reversed. And I think it's going up to make a final swing high into March of 2026. Now, we're in a private asset wave. Martin Armstrong talks about this, that capital just swings back and forth between private assets and public assets based on confidence levels in government. And as confidence in government crashes all over the world, which is obvious at this point, and even the mainstream masses are beginning to wake up, we are going to continue to be in this private asset wave until it peaks out in 2032. But I just wanted to show you this chart. Here was my entry at 1600. Here are all my targets, which were hit perfectly. Here was this recent zone of support, which we entered and then bounced right out of. And I think we're going to be making a swing high and then correcting in time to, I have time targets later on this year, and all of my private group members get that. So if you are interested in joining my private group, I've made many such calls like this across all asset classes. I do tons of crypto, and I'll begin to show crypto projections and stock projections next. But here you can see the gold trade. This is the sort of complete gold trade, and with every single target that was hit, all the secondary and tertiary ad zones after my initial entry for clients, and that is how I was able to call the parabola in gold. And there's one more target that I have, a secular long-term target for later on this decade, and that is, of course, information that all private clients get. I manage IRAs privately, but I also have a private group on Telegram, so you can reach out to me at CP31428 on YouTube. I have the same handle for X and the same handle for Telegram. And if you're interested in joining my private group, I go over all sorts of proprietary data, teach you guys how to become excellent traders, and I also go through all of my daily analysis. I write tons of reports and projections. I have lower time frame setups. I have long-term asymmetric cyclical trades, the get-rich trades, and all of that stuff is in my private group. And not only that, members have access to me. They can make personal requests for charts and so on and so forth. So thank you for listening, and have a blessed day.